Hey, what's up, guys? Kangaroo here, back for another video. So a couple days ago, I made a video about is Arena Breakout dying and what problems the game has and how to fix them. And that video has been like getting lots of comments, lots of interaction, and through that and some of the comments and just kind of thinking back to when I made the video, there are a couple things that I think I left out. So I'm wanting to make a part 2 to that video to include the other points that I think I missed and other things that I think could be changed to make the game better. So we're just going to run a little loot run on farm here, some forbidden farm loot run, and we'll talk about these topics as we're running through this game. So let's get right into it and we'll get started. All right, guys, we're loading into our loot run here. And before we get started, I just want to briefly mention the things that we talked about in the last video. So in the last video, we talked about the economy being an issue. We talked about locking modes like normal and lockdown to where you could only get in with certain tiers of gear and ammo. We talked about nerfing some of the meta guns and buffing all other guns so that there are more options. We talked about giving ammo to guns that just don't have ammo options at all. We talked about upping the effective range of a lot of the guns in the game just to make snipers feel a little bit less powerful. Making bosses worth your time to actually kill. More to do after the main quest line for the battle pass. And we also talked about maybe adding different containers to the game that would, for ammo storage or gun storage, organization, injector cases, whatever. So the ideas that I think that I missed when I made that video would be, first of all, I think a really big one that I don't know how I didn't think of it, would be that they should add an option to, when you're queuing up for a game, say, I do not want to be by myself. I need to have teammates. I don't care how long the queue takes. Make me have teammates. I'll sit here for 5 to 10 minutes if I have to, but I do not want to go in and be fighting, 5 guys or a four-man team when I'm solo. I think that should be in the game. I don't know why it's not. I think a lot of us would prefer that when we're running a nice, expensive kit, we could just guarantee that we get teammates. So that would be my first thing that I think they really should fix. I don't see why it hasn't been fixed already. I don't know why no one has thought of this. Jeez, it's taking a lot. I've actually never used the leg meta gun. But yeah, that's huge. I think you should be able to choose to wait longer to get a team. Alongside that, maybe they could add an option that if they couldn't find you a team, then let's say a bunch of people are queuing and there's not enough to make full teams, then automatically divide the game into, if you can do it, all solos. If that's not going to work, put us all in duos. That's fine. If that's not going to work, put us all in trios. But wait until you have enough people to make one of those options true so that there are always even fights. And I don't know why it's something that they're not doing already. But yeah. The third thing that I think is they should really make it to where lockdown doesn't have bots in it. I think the bots in lockdown are a real pain in the ass. It's so annoying to feel like, fine, I'm just gonna play Forbidden because I cannot find a game where there's no bots. I get in so many games to record in lockdown and I play through the whole game and don't see a single person. I just kill 6 player bots and I'm just like, come on, man, this is annoying. I would rather have waited a couple more minutes to not have bots, even if it was the same way as other things I've said, where you could check an option and say, I don't want bots in my game. That would be fine with me. I can't tell if this player's near me. I'm gonna sit still for 1 second. That would be fine with me. I just don't want to be in games where all it is bots. Normally I wouldn't come to Motel for a loot run at all. When I'm trying to avoid people. I don't know why I did, but that's where we're at, so that's what we're doing. can't tell if this guy just pulled a grenade or if it's just Scav walking on gravel. Except for me is that I really enjoy the Valley map, and I kind of wish that Valley had a forbidden mode. Just for when I do feel like, and this is like a small thing, right? Like it's not like detrimental to the game. This is just like my personal opinion. I would love to have forbidden Valley. I do like Valley quite a bit, and sometimes I want to get in there and make some real money. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, Forbidden Valley would be cool. It's not like a necessity to, you know, this game being better or worse, but it would be cool. The next thing that I have here is, it would be nice if all maps would rotate in secure ops. You know, they could still rotate them like they're doing, but have all the maps rotate through so that ooh, I don't know how this gun's gonna work against the boss. Oh, we got the boss dead already. It'd be really nice if all maps would rotate through secure ops so that new players could learn all the maps in that game mode. And still they could do once a week. It wouldn't take any extra effort, really. They've already pretty much got the foundation to do that. They would just have to implement it. Like, it's as simple as deciding to implement it and, like, doing it, you know? So I think that that would be something that could be really cool for newer players to learn learn maps that they don't know as well and not risk as much. This one's going to be super duper controversial, right? I think that you should be able to carry armor repair kits into raid with you. And hear me out on this one, okay? People are not going to agree with this. I get it. But I don't think it's fair that you go into a raid with $1 million worth of gear, $500,000 worth of gear. You get into a fight and you win the fight and you've done nothing that should be penalized. And now the next person you meet to fight, you're instantly at a disadvantage. And for no other reason than the fact that you got a fight already and won it. And I don't know if, I just don't think that that's fair to the person who happened to win a fight already, that they should be instantly at a disadvantage just because they won a fight. Now, my idea would be that if there were armor repair kits in this game that you could carry in, you know, I think it'd be totally fine if they could go in your butt, but I think that they should be very slow. I think that you should have to be in a very safe place to repair your armor. Like, it should not be something that you can do in the middle of a fight. It should be very difficult to do in the middle of a fight. I wouldn't mind if it took 30 seconds, you know? If it's something that's really, like, you have to be completely safe to do it, totally fine. I totally get that. Make it, like, tough to use. But I do think that it would be fair that somebody who pays a lot for their kit and comes in and wins a fight can continue to fight throughout the game and not have to play as if they wore nothing in because their armor is zeroed out and there's nothing they can do. And the guy that they killed was wearing, you know, crappy armor or no armor at all, whatever the case may be. So I do think armor repair kits would be a very fair mechanic in the game, and I think that it would be healthy for the game. And the last thing I can think of that would really, I think, improve this game in a way that new players could get in and get good at the game, as I do think that the team deathmatch modes and stuff should be available at all times. I think that you should be able to play it 7 days a week. And I also think that it should not be pre-set up kits. You should be able to test your gun builds in those team deathmatches. And it should just be that, like, maybe they could implement a way that every time you reload your gun, the mag that you put into your So let's say you put a mag in your gun, right? And you have 60 rounds in it and you empty it completely. Okay, that mag is now empty, right? But the second that you reload and that mag goes back into your bag, it instantly refills with the same ammo. You know what I'm saying? So that way you're not necessarily having to pack mags during the game, but you don't have infinite ammo. You still have to reload the same way that you would in the team deathmatch modes. But it would eliminate people, you know, losing their ammo during the game. You know, I think that you should get all your ammo back when you leave the game for team deathmatch. But it'd be really cool to be able to get in there and practice with your gun builds that you want to use. You know, for new players especially, to be able to get in there and just learn the mechanics of fighting, and also be using a gun that you're realistically going to be using in the real game. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. Really good idea. Can we get this key for free? That's just the shitty one. Is this big? Is this big? It's big. Oh my god. Alright. We also needed that pretty bad. I'm down bad right now in this game. Been spending too much money on different kits for YouTube videos that don't work out or whatever, you know, just being silly with them, whatever it is. I've lost a lot of money. How funny to get the plaster, like get baited by the plaster and then get the red. Like, what is this thing called? A majestic? How funny. Okay, well, our bag is full. I think we're just gonna go hit the car extract and make some money this raid. I wish I had the key for... Wish we had the double safe key. Actually, I need to go this way, don't I? Would be real nice if I could hit that room for free as well, but I don't have that key, so... Also, though, this is my third red today. I've gotten 3 reds in one day. Is that crazy or what? So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Those are the rest of the ideas that I had that I think I missed out in the first video. So, anyways, we'll get to the end of this raid and see what kind of loot we got. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.